Going on, everybody? It's BeTheAll here, and I just wanted to run down this quick rundown of Jupiter going into Taurus on May 16th of next month, May 16th. So I just wanted to break down this energy so we could all be prepared for the next cycle of Jupiter, because Jupiter's been lingering in Aries for so long, been experiencing a lot of fiery ideas. We've probably been having lots of new creative ideas, because Aries right here is the temperament of Aries is cardinal fire. So cardinal signs have like the compass of their element. So with Aries being fire, they have the compass and they know which direction they need to point creativity, visions, enlightenment towards, and all that stuff. But we're going to be done experiencing that, and we're going to be moving towards Jupiter being in Taurus. So already, since this is going to be the main transit, we want to break down the alignments that are going to be associated mainly with Jupiter right now at this point. All the alignments are going to be important though, but we're talking about Jupiter because this is the main transit. So right off the bat, Jupiter is going to be going into Taurus. Now, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the planet that deals with travel. It deals with the expansion of your mind, or it could even be physical expansion. And it also deals with higher spiritual morals and spirituality in general, because it rules both Sagittarius and Pisces, and those are both very spiritual signs. Sagittarius being more of like the preacher in church preaching to the choir, and Pisces being the mystical oracle in this case, but it's still dealing with spirituality. So with Jupiter being in Taurus, Taurus is fixed earth. So with this, fixed earth is going to be dealing with consistent thoughts, where it deals with stability, stubborn thoughts, consistent thoughts. So Tauruses can't really be budged when it comes to especially when it comes to stability. Like you'll never be able to get a Taurus to get to, if you're in desperate need, unless they really love, aka Venus rules Taurus, unless they love you dearly, they're not going to give you no kind of money, because they believe in stability and they're stubborn and consistent on their stability and everything. But that's just one aspect of the temperament of fixed earth, Taurus. But this is where this is where our experiences and our expansion and spiritual natures are going to be in. So the initiating of ideas and experiencing those and living those energies out, with Jupiter being in Aries, now we're going to be experiencing the things that we've created. Now we're going to be very consistent with these things. And the things that we experience may be a result of us being consistent on this particular idea and creativity. But this is going to be the main theme for Jupiter going into Taurus, without all of the influences from Aries in general. Because if you planted seeds in Jupiter and Aries, then you're going to be able to experience more so like your garden actually flourishing, because Taurus deals with your garden and the seeds that you plant in your garden, and then you can grow these beautiful things that you can value, aka Taurus deals with your values. But with Jupiter being here, we're going to be experiencing this if you plant good seeds. But regardless, the theme is that Jupiter being in Taurus is we're going to be experiencing the element of fixed earth. And we're going to be expanding on the things that we do appreciate and that we do love and that we do care for and everything. And we're going to add higher reasoning and higher knowledge to things that we do value and people that we value and moral systems that we value too, because Jupiter deals with morals. So we may even have a new way of seeing the world, aka Jupiter being in Aries for so long, and now we may be very stubborn about this particular viewpoint. So this could play out in so many different ranges and everything like that. But Jupiter being in Taurus, you may want to experience the finer things in life. Actually, this might be where this particular archetype even comes from, experiencing the finer things in life, aka Taurus deals with, what's the best way I can put it? I don't want to say bougie, but it's just like because the moon is exalted in Taurus, and the moon deals with comfortability. It deals with, being able to set the mood and everything like that. And that energy is exalted in Taurus. So eating good foods, going out to a nice restaurant, going to a museum and observing the fine arts, going to a music museum, going to a concert actually. And not just like no bum ass, like rinky dink ass concert, but like a festival or something like that. Something of that you can react into an extreme way of and everything on an emotional level and make you feel emotionally comfortable on an extreme level. You want to experience the finer things in life, aka Jupiter being in Taurus. And another thing that could be of this is that you experience more things in life. You're going to be experiencing more things in life that will make you value certain things or certain moral systems or certain spiritual systems because of these experiences that are getting ready to happen. And it's going to be conjunct in Mercury in Taurus after being retrograde for so long. Jupiter is going to be expanding on the way that we communicate. So we may even want to communicate and want to go out with people to experience the finer things in life. It will be conjunct in the North Node, which deals with experiencing the uncomfortable things in your life so that you can have spiritual growth and everything and that you can expand your awareness. So, and this is in the area of Taurus too. So this will be expanded also. So it's not just Jupiter going into Taurus and this is the theme, but all these different planets that are in Taurus right now. Uranus is in Taurus. So eventually Jupiter is going to expand the way that we are perceived in a unique way and everything. So this could be an extremely transformative time for everybody with Jupiter going into Taurus and everything like that. Okay, so like when it comes to the alignments that Jupiter is making with certain planets, there's going to be a square. There's going to be almost a grand square, but not quite, between Pluto in Aquarius, which Pluto is actually going to be retrograde during this period of time, and Mars. So Jupiter is going to have to learn, because a square is basically like a classroom session or a learning process or it's a frictionless learning process in some ways, or it can be positive too. It just depends on how you perceive these energies. So with Jupiter squaring Mars in Cancer, Mars is in the final degrees of Cancer right here, so it's about to be going into Leo soon during this period of time, May 16th. So Jupiter is going to have to learn while being in Taurus how to experience while experiencing the finer things in life and experiencing its values and experiencing its own fixed way of thinking about these values. Is going to have to learn how to probably express these things on a passionate level. But due to Mars being in Cancer and it being debilitated and fallen here, it may be hard to express these things. So it actually might be hard to want to get people up and want to do things because, we've been on shutdown for so long. So people are still kind of uncomfortable and everything, but that's just a very mundane way of looking at it. Jupiter being in Cancer, Jupiter squaring Mars in Cancer, the thing is that we're going to have to expand on the things that we are motivated by and everything like that. And with Jupiter conjuncting Mercury and all these things, we may communicate these things, but other people may not be very passionate about what we're communicating about. And this is what we're going to have to learn during this beginning transition of Jupiter going into Mars and Cancer, because Mars is going to have, on a worldly basis, people's passions are going to be debilitated. So people are not going to really be on the same wavelength as you are, especially if you are like me and everybody else in our group and shit like that study this shit, so we can see things coming from a mile away and everything. Just let them be and just let them play out the energy and everything. You be yourself and you do the things that you want to do and that you need to do and everything. So that's going to be that energy. But this is going to be the final degrees of Cancer. So if you learn how to kind of just be in your own fixated way of thinking about your experiences and the way you communicate these things about the things that you value, when Mars goes into Leo, then people will be able to open up a little more. And even if you plant the seed and begin a conversation of these things that you're passionate about, regardless of what it is, then people might even come back to you and be like, oh, you remember that thing you were telling me about the other day? You know, I thought about that, or because Mars moves kind of slow, like a couple weeks ago, you know, I was thinking about it, and, you know, I'm actually kind of curious of what you're talking about. They're going to be a little more open now and everything, especially with the influences of Venus being in Cancer, which is influencing Mars as it's exiting Cancer. The appreciation and the love and the expansion of that, aka Jupiter, is going to let people be a little more open about this now. And then with Pallas being in Leo too, which is a relatable asteroid, which deals with the Libra zodiac sign, we're going to be able to actually be more relatable. It's going to be relatable. So actually, it's okay to have these conversations with people. So just don't get thrown off and washed away if people give you like a moody, negative response with Mars being in Cancer. All right, now with Jupiter squaring Pluto, is going to mean that, and Pluto is going to be retrograde, and it's going to be at an exact angle. We're going to have to learn how to transform due to our experiences, and we're going to have to learn to just kind of like let the transformations just happen. And it's going retrograde, so this might be a reminder. Things that appear to be brand new, but carry an energy of things that are very similar, of past experiences that you went through, aka experiences, Jupiter, past, transformation of retrograde. These things that you previously went through, the minute you see something that doesn't represent your spiritual path, let it be transformed. Just let it go. Let that association be dead. Let that idea just go away and everything like that. And then this will, if you learn how to go through that, then when you learn to let go, you'll be able to be more open to, again, have these new experiences and communicate them, aka Jupiter conjuncted Taurus, and then not have to get washed away because you transformed your experiences and everything like that. And then the moon eventually, during this period of time, will eventually conjunct the new Jupiter and Taurus. So the way you will feel about this is going to be transformed too, which will give you fuel to when you tackle this Martian energy. You're not even going to be thinking about how people reacted to you. You're just going to be so elated by the fact that you're moving on and everything like that from whatever past baggage, aka Pluto retrograde and shit like that, that you're going to be able to manifest and you're going to be able to experience what you want to experience. And I'm out, y'all. Peace.